Welcome back. Shout out to the Wolves. Salute to the Ninjas. What's going on, Seven? It's a good video you put out. Yes, sound the horns. My father said that was a good video. You know what I mean? Anyway, as I was watching this video of someone that shared my video and was talking about how we need to learn to heal our traumas and learn to understand that if you've been hurt and you don't admit and want to change, well, you're going to get the life that you get, you know? And it gets lonely up there, you know? We all go through some type of abuse when we're younger. Now, I just want to point out something real quick, because as I'm walking down the street reflecting on how I may have made one of my brothers make a dope video speaking to our women, because I talk crazy sometimes, so, you know, I know a lot of my messages may get overlooked because I'm emotionally spiking these people, and they're just going to not listen. They're going to hear what they want to hear, and they're not going to hear, I'm like your big brother, I'm like your father, and I've been through it, or I've seen it, so I'm not going to play with you and fucking talk to you nice. Because when you're sitting out there looking stupid for not listening, then what do I got to say? I told you so? Those I told you so days are over. When you fuck up too bad now, life is too expensive and too dangerous to be taking certain chances. Sound the horns. So, as I realized something, because I said, there's so many abuse. There's so many different levels of abuse. There's so much trauma that every single person in the world's going through. See, once you start learning that even the traumas of other people, watching them, hey, how you doing? That can traumatize you. You know, if people see bad shit happening to other people all the fucking time, well, then they're gonna be like, well, I'm next. Now you're traumatized of being scared. Who's gonna do me dirty? When's it gonna happen to our people? Get it? You're traumatized regardless in this world. You don't have a choice. There's levels of this shit. And I realize it's because it's abuse. Now, what I realized is many people don't even realize you're an abuser. You know? And my boy 7 Grams, like many other, but needs to be a lot more, did what I did and said, I'm going to admit my faults on this camera, and that way I don't have to sit here and act like I'm fucking Jesus or something and, oh, you should listen to me and I'm perfect. No. Anybody that wants to change and really wants to lead people into change, it works when you're good, but it works so much better when you went through shit. Period. It always works better. Why? Because then the person knows he understands what I'm going through. Sometimes you don't even have to know the right words. You don't have to have an answer. Sometimes a lot of trauma is just dealt with by someone listening to you speak. Now, he said a lot of people need to stop with this Jesus shit, and you're going to heal yourself with the power of Christ, and I agree and disagree with it because of the knowledge of the Bible that I have. There's nothing a psychologist is going to tell you that the Bible ain't going to tell you. Every single thing he's going to hold you to and make you face your shadow, all that shit's in the Bible. Where do you think these people get this shit from? We do things, we write things, other people see the value in it, and then they say, now it's not biblical laws, this is psychology. No, the fuck it ain't, nigga. It's my father's knowledge. Before I get on to my main point, I want to keep talking about this. I understand a lot of people are going to want to, not use the spirit in the Bible. The Bible never said use no spirit. The Bible said you got to do things. You got to literally do things. Like, one of the first things the Lord tells you to do is stop being a fucking liar. So if you really stop being a liar, you got to stop lying to yourself. Abusing yourself, saying that it's okay, I'm always right, it's always them. You can't. It cannot be always someone else. You get it? So that's where I do agree with him, but that's the fake pastors. That's them fake ass niggas. That's why our people say you don't need that book. Yeah, the fuck you do. What do psychologists do? They're gonna use books on you. And you know what those books are gonna have? Research and data from people talking to people. Oh yeah, I forgot. What's a therapist make you do? Talk about your life honestly, because it's a stranger. You know what was there before a therapist? It was called a priest, a confessional priest, someone you didn't know and you told all your secrets to, and by the oath of God, he cannot tell anybody else. Oh yeah, therapists have the same oath. Confidentiality. Do you see the point of they stole our style and make money off it? So how they gonna beat us with a style that we made up? Meaning, this is why I built GMB. This is why I keep saying, it's our time now to redeem ourselves. Who did Jesus go get? A bunch of good niggas? Nah, a bunch of regulars. Who did Jesus change? Good people? No, he changed bad people. Duh. The point of what I'm saying is, the Lord does the same thing all the time. He doesn't change. We do. And the more and more we start realizing that we need to talk to people, because scientists even say, human beings are pack animals. I don't know their exact word. Slips my mind. But we are meant to be around other people. A person not being around another person for too long is deadly to your health. You not confessing things, you not expressing yourself. All these different things are things that human beings were not designed to do. Human beings are designed to confess. Why the fuck do you think everybody always wants to talk to somebody? Why do you think a serial killer that goes a fucking 50 years going crazy gets caught finally and he ratted on himself? Because it's in us. It's something that's automatically in you. Other people teach themselves to block the Lord from them, so then they don't confess. Because they want that money more than they want forgiveness. They want the power of the lie more than they want forgiveness. See, the power of the lie for a lot of women is, I don't need no man. The power of the lie for a man is, I rule over this woman with an iron fist. No, the fuck you don't. You don't even control yourself. Now, let's get off of defending my father and his scientifical scriptures that are actually, the foundation of everything that has to do with healing, and anything that anyone's ever going to make up and call it another name, it's in the book. Why do you think he chose certain people? Black man, get your ass up. Stop trying to be a rock star. Stop trying to be a rapper. Stop trying to be, I'm a businessman. You are the chosen people. Your job is to walk around this earth and teach the law. Oh yeah, we don't need to teach the law. They got the laws out there. So what are we supposed to be doing? Oh yeah, we're supposed to be a jewel to the nation. Oh yeah, that would mean if we knew the Bible and we actually did the fellowship and shit, and we actually supported each other, you know how much money we'd be making right now? How many mental problems are there everywhere in everybody's culture? Oh, everyone needs therapists right now. But guess what? They made sure to make sure everybody broke so everybody can't get therapists. So for all the people that can't pay for a therapist, what are you going to do? What you going to do? Well, what you're going to do is what the Wolf Guard did, and you're gonna go learn psychology. And if no one wants to be around to be a psychologist is just someone that sits there and won't let you walk off the truth. They will always hold you accountable. As soon as you say it's their fault, they'll remind you that God's the only one perfect. They won't say that. They're gonna say no one's perfect. You had to do something. They ain't gonna do nothing but repeat the Bible and fucking not say, this is thus says the Lord. It's jokes. And that's why I studied psychology. That's why when people meet me, I change them. I change them because I am them. I've been through shit. And nobody was there, you know? Now, I'm gonna end it with my main point. Abuse. Women right now have been so abused with the ultimate abuse ever. You know what that is? Freedom. You have been abused with freedom. It's just like children. Children have so much freedom now, meaning choice, when you're not supposed to. You're a fucking child. How do you know better? You're a child. You should be guided towards something. You know, like all the successful people do their kids. You know? They'll tell your stupid ass, you can't punish a kid. You can't be telling your kid this and that. Yeah, why they literally don't give their kid a choice on what they're going to be. They let them know, you're going to work at daddy's business. You're going to be doing these things. Why? Because this is what the family needs. Well, seeing that I, believe my father and realized the world's going to get really crazy, then I kind of understood that the world's going to need a lot of therapists. And, a lot of people are licensed, right? And my thing is, well, why are they fucking job? Like, why are they failing so much? Why is depression, suicide, and all these other things going up? Oh, yeah. Because some people are not really therapists. They're people that get paid to fucking listen there and sit there and listen to your bullshit ass problems, and they're not gonna tell you. You know how many women how you doing? Good morning, good morning. You know how many women I've seen confess online that literally listen to this stupid ass therapist, and the therapist sided with them instead of the relationship, and literally just started siding and pushing the husband away, blaming him for everything, lose their fucking marriage, lose their husband, and then think that because the soup up, you girl, you deserve the world, and yeah. And then when she took her ass out there for 10 more fucking years, didn't realize, nah, you left your husband, stupid. You that person was supposed to help you work it out, not leave your fucking husband. Not think that the next nigga's just gonna want to automatically buy and do everything he did. No. And then, she went back and made videos about multiple things on how you got to choose your therapist very wisely. Because some people, like the doctors that keep giving you medications, as long as you keep coming back, nigga, I'm getting paid, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'll solve your problem as little as possible or not at all. Because it's not up to the therapist to solve your fucking problems. The therapist makes you face the mirror. You can do that yourself. That's what shadow work is. Therapy. When you hear the readers and all these mystics and gotta do your shadow work, what the fuck do you think that means? It means you have to become your own therapist. Duh. When they say you gotta do shadow work, what the fuck do you think that really means? Where's the shadows? Inside your mind? Your mind? The thing that, be crippling you? So you have to fix your mind. A lot of people don't realize the traumas we go through, most of them are going to be fixed with love. Like my boy 7 Grams said, a lot of women, they got done dirty, and rightfully they have the, I don't want a man, I hate men, they fucking hurt me and I don't need no man. But then when your life starts getting hard and you forget that there are other good men and you want to be treated, you see other women with them. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? You start getting resentful. Next thing you know, you hating and you really on the program is because you met a couple of bad men in your life and it made you give up. Now, uh, you don't have to. I could have definitely gave up. I got my heart broken 3 times back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no light work like the rest of y'all niggas on some 2 years, a year, and no, fucking 3 years in my beginning 14, fall in love, get to high school, get with another one, do 11 years, get out of that relationship, do fucking 5 years straight. You know what I'm saying? So relationships to me and really going in and giving yourself to somebody back to back and really believing shit gonna work, it will fuck you up. But did that shit make me give up? No. Did it break me for mad long? Yes. I didn't trust any woman after that. And not that I wouldn't trust them, I didn't trust myself. You know what I mean? It wasn't always their fault. The ones that left for niggas with money, it was my fault. I should have been on top of my game. Oh yeah, they hate on fucking black people, and you know I can't expect a woman to wait around till they decide to let me live. Sound the horns. So you know when I realized the real shit, when I realized that, and I said, yo, you're in a predicament, bro. All women want men that at least could provide the bare minimum. She didn't need, you know what I mean, anything. She really didn't. But at the time, you know, the bullshits, me falling for the bullshit, I gotta get that money. And the Lord said, sit your ass down. And I said, oh, okay, Daddy. Damn, man, what the fuck? What about them niggas? Look at them. Why can't I do it? And the Lord said, now go look at the movies I told you. I showed you when you were younger. Go look at the older niggas and then tell me why I stopped your ass then. And then I realized, I said, oh yeah, because it always ends the same way for every one of them. You're either dead or fucking in jail, or you got a bunch of baby mothers and all these problems because you're living a fast life. You were never taught certain things. So how are you gonna live how you gonna live the right way if first of all most majority of us you got to get taught the right thing. Stop believing people when they say people are just good. People are not good. People are taught to be good. Babies are taught to be good. If you really look at a baby and then before you train him, they're fucking greedy as fuck. Everything is mine, mine, mine. You tell them no, they're kicking shit over in it. You let a grown-ass adult do that shit in front of you. You'll go crazy on their ass. Like, y'all fuck you up. You keep tearing up my house. It's because they don't know any better. A human being just born is a blank slate. All we are is our emotions and what we need to survive. We don't know how to control all of that. That's why you got to be taught. So forgive yourself if you wasn't taught. Realize that freedom is a weapon. You know? Freedom is a weapon. Why do you think they removed the fathers from the house? Because a fucking man is never going to let his daughter have maximum freedom. No fucking smart man in the world that lived as a teenager, seen what the fuck was going on out here, did what the fuck was going on out here, should have in his right mind. Yeah, you go out and do whatever you want. There's no way you're going to be doing the things I was doing in high school. There's no way you're going to meet a nigga like me that want to get you up out your drawers. There's no way, even though I grew up in it. When the older niggas before me, they said they was growing up like that. And then, you know, once you see history and you start seeing it, you start realizing the pattern and the bullshit. You know what I mean? Anyway, take care of yourself. You know? Learn to admit your faults. Learn to accept that if you didn't have a fair chance because you didn't have guidance, that's the number one reason why you should forgive yourself. Sound the horns. My daddy's in the building. Why do you think the Lord says the angels got to go to the pit, but man can mess up multiple times and be forgiven? Because the angels know. They are smarter than us. They've seen things we don't know. No matter how much knowledge a man, you can never know until you're in front of him. You're not going to know until you're gone. You Get it? So we don't never know. You can always be told something else. You know? That's why he forgives us. Because we're fools and we're babies. But everybody want to beat their fucking chest, though. That's why my father keeps saving me. Because even though I got to be a man, I'm always going to be a baby. I'm always going to be his child. You know? Till I pass his tests. And even then, you can't beat a man unless you beat the man. And I'm not challenging him. I see what happens. No one wins. I'm gonna let him do his job, be the alpha. You know? Anyway, shout out to my new subscribers. Shout out M. Shout out 7 Grams. Shout out 7. China White. All my peoples. I'll be sitting here just going in. We gotta start forming groups. You know? That's the best way, I would say, any of us stand a chance. Because psychology and helping and shit, you know, it's very deep, but it's really not. Once you realize that love is what combats trauma, you can get over your trauma because you know what your trauma is. Once you identify your trauma and what's wrong with you, you're gonna go, oh well, what do I do? How do I change it? You do the opposite of what you did to get there. Get it? If you did these things to end up being where you are and feeling the way you are, if you do the opposite things, then it'll bring you back to where you were. Now, won't it? You know, you go that way and then you just go in reverse. See, that's the reality of life. Now, how that happens, sound the horns. Now, how that happens for each individual, it's a little different. But that's how I learned to see through these niggas' lies, is reverse thinking. And how do I get over these traumas and shit? Identifying. You can't identify your trauma if you lie to yourself, though. You know? Me, I know I still have a lot of different traumas. I express certain things or whatever, but I know I have control of those traumas. A lot of them when I'm in front of people, you know, with all the bad things that have happened to me, I shouldn't want to fucking talk to or trust anyone. You know, I should be a bitter, grouchy, pretty face nigga just running through your daughters and your wives, laughing at you niggas. But that ain't gonna get me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Well, probably would. I'd be lamping up in your goddamn house getting you divorced, nigga. But that ain't gonna get me nowhere. Not where I wanna be. So, I want what's yours. I want mine. When you've had your own before, you know, don't feel right taking what somebody else's. Plus, my father said, how you get them is how you lose them. All love, all praise to the Most High.